Chapter 7. During recess the next day, Lizzie and Maria made posters for the bake sale. At lunchtime, they went around sticking them up. By the end of the day, every kid in school knew that Miss Abson's class had a new mascot. Excuse me. Lizzie was putting up a poster near the office when Daphne's class headed their way to the library. "You coffee cats," Daphne said. "You got the idea from my damn uncle." Again, I was ad-libbing. She shrugged. "So what if Daphne thinks we copied?" she asked Maria late that afternoon. They were in the kitchen, getting ready to make chocolate chip cookies for the bake sale. Lizzie rummaged through the cabinet and pulled out a bag of flour and a box of sugar. Last year, her mom had taught Charles and Lizzie a secret cookie recipe, and Lizzie had permission to make it all by herself. Charles was allowed to mix dough, but he was still too young to turn on the oven, even if Mom wasn't around. "Who cares what Daphne Drake thinks? I sure don't." "Scout!" Maria said, laughing as she pulled the puppy out of the cabinet where the cookie sheets were stored. "She's so curious about everything. She just wants to learn everything." Scout wriggled in Maria's arms. She was curious. Of course she was. It was a big world, and she was just a puppy. Oh. From exploring. Meanwhile, Buddy was chasing a crumpled up piece of paper across the kitchen. He would bat away, then run after it, tumbling over his little paws. And finally, he grabbed a piece of paper in his mouth and shook it so hard that he fell over. He then rolled on his back and chewed on to his prize until Lizzie snatched it away and threw it in the trash can. "No eating paper, Buddy," Lizzie said patiently. These days, Buddy seemed to eat anything that came across. Maybe it's because he just lost some baby teeth, and his adult teeth were coming in. Buddy looked up at Lizzie. She knew she wasn't really mad at him, but she also knew that she wasn't going to give him back the paper, so he scrambled to his feet and ran something else to chew him on. "Okay, I think we have all the ingredients. Let's check." Check and make sure. Lizzie looked over to see if they had flour, sugar, eggs, butter, vanilla extract, chocolate chips, cookie sheets, a mixing bowl, measuring cups, and some spoons. "Where's the recipe?" Maria asked. Lizzie looked around for the handwritten sheet her mother had left out, but it was nowhere to be seen. She didn't remember the paper Buddy had been playing with. "Buddy!" she said. "Was that a recipe?" Buddy looked down at her with a guilty expression on his face. His tail wagged uncertainly. He plopped down his pudgy behind and held up one paw. Lizzie sounded mad. Had he done something wrong? Excuse me. She then headed back to the trash and pulled out a piece of crumpled paper and smoothed it out. Sure enough, it was the cookie recipe. "Oh, you silly dog," Lizzie chuckled and shook her finger at Buddy. But she was laughing. Baking cookies was fun. But baking cookies with two cute puppies in the house was even more fun. Yay! Buddy knew everything was okay now. Lizzie was laughing again. Lizzie read the recipe over. "I think the only thing we forgot was baking soda." She then went over to the cabinet to find something. Scout jumped to follow her. "Baking powder? No, that's not it." Lizzie muttered as she checked the labels. "Here it is," she said, handing a small yellow box. Maria checked the recipe. "What about extra butter for the greasing pan?" she asked. Buddy was busy with something on the table when he popped up. Had he heard his name? "No, I said butter," Maria said, laughing. "Not Buddy." Buddy went back to what he was playing with. Lizzie got some more butter on the fridge, and the girls began to get to work on measuring ingredients. Okay, the last thing we need is the chips. Lizzie shook on her arms. Stirring the stiff batter was hard work. Where are they? She looked over the counter. What? Which was now a big mess. Used measuring cups, dabs of butter, spilled flour, and sugar were all in a jumble. Oh, Maria looked. I don't see him. Just then, Scout began to bark. She ran under the table and snatched something away from Buddy. It was the bag of chocolate chips. Chips. Oh no, Lizzie said. Chocolate can make dogs sick. She reached down the package and took it from Scout's mouth. Whew, she said. It's a good thing you didn't open it yet. It's just a little slobbered on. Maria gave Scout a hug. You're already a search and rescue dog. You found the chips and saved Buddy from eating them. Scout knew she'd done something very good. She happily licked Maria's face all over, paying special attention to the spots that were smeared with cookie batter. When they were finished with the cookies, Maria and Lizzie went upstairs while Lizzie checked her email. Maria lounged down in Lizzie's bed. Bull Puppy sprawled across her lap. Scout was gnawing on Buddy's little ear, like Buddy tried to eat the belt loops on Maria's jeans. I can't wait to give Casey her flotation vest, said Maria. Well, you're gonna have to. Lizzie was suddenly serious. Check out this email Magda sent our class. To Miss Abson's class. From Casey. Off on an adventure. Dear class, I just want to let you know Meg and I are off to Mexico. There was a big earthquake, and we're going to have to find some people who may have gotten hurt or lost. We can't wait to get to work. I'll keep you posted on all our adventures. Keep up the good work with Scouts training. Love and arfs, Casey.